as the wrong email address.
We definitely.
On a pedestal, you're gonna put him? Are you putting him on a pedestal?
And red velvet.
Oh my God!
I will.
All right, let Carlos know.
2, 4,
What?
6 is here. 7, 8. Oh, we got 8. That's great. Brett. All right. Good evening. I'm going to call the June division meeting for Division 07003, United States Coast Guard Auxiliary, 7th District, to order. First, we'll have roll call. Please call the roll.
R. Sherman,
Here.
Brett Robotsky,
Present.
Joseph Oliva, William Bartley,
Here.
Colin Taylor, Richard Lays,
Well, instead of Colin, we have George.
Yeah.
He can vote.
Yeah, Bruce for Richard.
Yeah, they vote.
Mario Stagliano,
No, Michael's here, fire for.
thank you, Carlos Arenas,
Here.
Jeffrey Barnes,
David Scott for
David
one.
Scott. And we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Let's have the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Lee, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Since Flag Day just passed, let's have a moment of silence for all those who have defended the nation and world peace with their lives for our flag. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Okay, we have any guests? Welcome to tonight's meeting. This is just as a matter of housekeeping. We will not be having any meetings in July and August. Our next meeting will be in September at Flotilla 3-4. It's the last time on the agenda, but please mark your calendars. Do we have any guests with us this evening? Raise your...
Peter Bay, Flotilla 3-2.
Welcome.
Jonathan Kurtz, 3-2.
Welcome.
Chester Cross, 3-2. Everybody knows me anyway.
That's right.
David Lee, 3-8.
Do you have a report?
Not today.
Another report. Okay.
I got my question.
Oh, welcome. How are you today? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. That's terrific. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. Our Secretary of Records report.
The minutes were sent out, the corrected minutes were also sent out. Did everyone receive them?
Yes. AFL. So check with your IS person, make sure your email address is current, and we can get you one. Okay, did all voting board members, all voting members of the board get the minutes? Yeah. Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes.
Okay, discussion on the motion? Hearing none, call for vote. All those in favor?
Aye. And I abstained. I wasn't here.
Fine.
I don't know what went on, so I...
Okay, it's approved. We're going to waive our financial report because Gail is out of town. And as soon as she gets back in town, she will submit one to me and I will submit it to the board. Station 4 Laurel report, we don't have the CO because he had a family emergency, but we do have our AUC, Mark Brody. Mark, can you report on behalf of the station?
Yeah, the new XO is in place. You know, trying to get adjusted, so right now we're going to wait until we introduce him.
Do you have a name for that person? She has a, he or she?
It's a lieutenant, he's from Hawaii, I forget his name. Nice guy, just breaking in, new, it's going to take some time.
Okay.
You want to cover Tiger Kids?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. We received a last minute notice with Tiger Kids. Does everybody here know what Tiger Kids are all about? I think everybody saw the email. It's for kids that have received.
Mr. Bartley? Bill? Bill?
Go ahead.
It's for kids that have received transplants or are on the waiting list for transplants. We've been doing Tiger Kids for years now. So what we're going to do is Sunday they will arrive at the park around 9. We'll set up across from the station in one of the pavilions. We'll probably bring them into the station somewhere around 9:30. We have had a ton of volunteers that have stepped up to the plate to help out with the tours. It looks like we'll be able to get 2 boats underway to take some of these kids out. And then whoever is down the station helping out is invited to go to the Tiger Kids barbecue afterwards.
Good.
So we can use all the help we can get. Anybody that, I sent out a bulk email to everybody today. I got a good response back. So anybody else who wants to come, we can use all the help. Anybody.
Good. Thank you, Mark.
Other than that, just so you know, I mean, the weather still controls last month. You know, it was just impossible to get out with all the thunderstorms.
Thank you, Mark, for stepping up and taking it and pulling that off for Tiger Kids Bridge. Really appreciate it. It really is. Okay. District 7 report. I have some from Andrea, but our district captain is here.
Yes, I don't really have that much report since my ex-com meeting is tomorrow night. I know that DivThree's coming up and all the plans are going forward with that. Not much else to report right now.
Okay.
It's going pretty good. Appreciate all that Division 3 does. So
Thank
you
you
all for all your efforts.
Basically, here's something that I got from Andrea. She wanted to read this report at the meeting. At last week's sector leadership meeting in Miami Beach, I was asked, I'm talking in Andrea's person right now, so it's not me, it's Andrea. I was asked about the results of the Everbridge test. I told them that the automatic response plus the personal contacts to non-responders confirmed 93.4% of our members. This is okay for a test, but the goal is 100%. There are still about 40 members in Division 3 who, by my records, are unaccounted for after the Everbridge exercise. Remember that we must continue to locate the remaining non-responders and coach them on how to respond to a call-out. If they don't respond to the texts, emails, or phone calls, consider mailed letters or home visits to get the communication started. Don't wait until the hurricane. This is to all the FCs. As you might have heard, in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, the Coast Guard personally drove to the homes of a couple of auxiliaries who were missing after the storm, just as they would have done for active duty personnel. If we have a hurricane, Everbridge will be activated pre and post-storm. After each Everbridge call-out ends, the division commander and vice commander will be sent a report of responders/non-responders, and you will be responsible for starting your calling trees and continued personal contacts to non-responders. Remember to send Bob, Brett, Jeff, and me. That means Bob and Brett, Jeff Barnes, and Andrea. The follow-up reports hourly, listing the people who still have not responded until you have reached 100% of the members. You can note deceased or out-of-area members or multiple family members of someone who has responded. Keep notes of those contacts and report any issues. Thank you for your efforts in the Everbridge exercise, and let's hope for a quiet hurricane season ahead. That's Andrew. I know Flotilla 38 had a 100%. Real quick, okay, Flotilla 32.
I got a question.
Oh, wait, Flotilla 32?
Yeah, we had a lot of trouble because we had a lot of people responded, but they didn't get credit for responding in the list that Jeff had.
Okay, but did you straighten out with Jeff?
No.
Okay, how many people did you have that did respond but weren't recorded?
I don't know.
Okay, if you can get that and send it to Jeff, I'm sure he'll need that information.
Yeah.
Okay, how about 3-4?
I had spoken to, I believe, not spoken to, I emailed those members, about 8 of them.
8.
About 8, I believe they were. And I let them know what they have to do.
Good, all right, good.
Everybody else told me that they, even though they responded with the phone, they still got a text and a phone call.
Okay, the responses.
I got texts.
Yeah, I got a text. If you didn't get a text, then you got an email, then a phone call. The text went first.
I got all 3. I got all 3,
Oh,
which was confusing to some people.
Well, I answered the test and never got a
Some
number.
people were
Usually,
confused.
You know, that's the way it's supposed to be.
I really think, and I've talked to Jeff about it, he's frustrated on a couple of things. If I can see the frustration, looking from the third person, is basically because he's not getting the feedback that I'm getting here. What I'm asking all the flotilla commanders or vice flotilla commanders to do right now, please email Jeff directly with your concerns, and so he knows, and then you can we can have conversation in each individual flotilla.
I know Colin was a little confused on what exactly what he was supposed
Right.
to do.
The rules
The
were not
whole
crystal
thing.
clear.
Okay.
You know,
And copy Bob and I on it. The only thing in this letter that you just read was after each storm, they were going to let the division commander and vice commander get the report. I believe it was the flotilla commander and flotilla vice commander that should get the report, not the division.
Okay.
The second to last paragraph, if we...
Okay, and now I'm going to read you Jeff's email here. I won't be in attendance for tomorrow's meeting. Have some issues to resolve with the student. This is work stuff. Okay, as Andrea mentioned, if you could pass this along to the flotillas. At this week's sector leadership meeting, I was asked about the results of our average. I told them the responses was 93.4. Captain Dean and Deputy Captain Vaughn gave the feedback. In the event of a hurricane, 2 important roles: accountability of 100% of our personnel, informing the stations of available resources, and reliable to call post-storm if needed. I know that was done last year in 2017. Please remind the FCs there are about 40 members in Division 3 unaccounted for. Division 6 is accounted for 100% of members, so we know what can be done. First, we must continue to locate the remaining non-responders and coach them how to respond. That's the same thing that Andrea said. Second, the DCDRs and AUCs can prepare a list of resources that are trained and available, assuming no hurricane damage if needed post-storm. Resources might include surface, air facilities, food service, wash dinners, and this would be informal and dynamic and would include the specialty contact. I believe that we did that last year. We were in touch. I know Mark was in touch with the station and me throughout the whole event, pre, during, and post-storm. And we were the first boat out there the day after. So I think maybe some of his frustrations is coming from not hearing from you guys. So please.
I didn't see it myself. It went to Colin. Colin was confused on what to do with it, so we didn't do anything.
And Brett called me when I was in Europe and told me the same thing, that the instructions weren't clear.
Yeah,
what to do.
And I can say the same thing. I called Brett because it was, I think,
Nobody knew what
7 o'clock, and we haven't heard anything from in other exercises. We've had kind of immediate feedback from sector. I remember when right. He said it has been 2 hours. We have this amount of response. Carlos, check this. I remember
Changed
that
the whole process.
Yes.
Almost, since we used to do it in those days.
Yes.
As far as that 2-hour.
Once we got it working, they changed it.
Well, we didn't get it working. That was part of the problem. One thing I want to address about what you said, in the past, again, I'm going by past, what happened was sector would kick off the Everbridge, being Trujero. Trujero would then take it to the division commanders. So the division commanders would handle their divisions. So they would distribute it to their facilities. So that way it's in.
Is there a step there that's unnecessary that can go
again, these were steps many years ago, and I don't know what's going on today. I'm just saying.
I think to solve this problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 actions. One, ask all flotilla commanders to email Jeff directly with a copy to Brett and me on the issues that you had with it, whether the instructions being clear, whether being timely, and what information we're looking for. And B, I'm going to ask Brett to be our representative and talking with Jeff and get this resolved on behalf of the division.
Maybe what is expected of flotilla commanders and when?
Absolutely. Yep.
And supposedly this time when they did it,
all your problems.
They did the Everbridge and weren't going to get to you till 24 hours after the initial Everbridge and say, these are the things that didn't wash through. Verify these people.
All I know is I got my call at 3 a.m. on the cruise ship.
So
That's
how it's different than it was.
I don't see why we have to have.
And I texted back, not yes or no. Are you kidding me?
I think if you don't answer your text message within 1 minute,
2 minutes, yeah.
there's probably a time limit that
There is a
automatically
time
goes
limit
to the
built
next
into the
thing.
program.
So I just think somebody who does this program needs to sit down and explain it to us so we can see the guts behind it. And say, hey, this happens, and 5 minutes later this happened, so we can explain it to the people so they'll know.
So what you're asking for is
30 seconds.
So you're asking for is a briefing or a training?
Well, I'm asking for an oversight. I don't want to get
The
granular.
oversight we had.
But I just want to see it at 10,000 feet.
Well,
okay.
Tell me how it works.
too many people were
I don't-
confused.
Right, because I think, and I said that to Andrea, that it wasn't clear that we needed to respond. Well, you always had to respond.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Yeah, but
I think we have a
one thing is
consensus
that-
here that the Everbridge was not,
Before.
was A, it wasn't a clear direction, and B, the information to the flotilla commanders didn't get there on exactly what was required of them. Okay?
And I'm sure there were a lot of lessons learned, and probably Jeff or Andrew will come out to have discussions with all the divisions. You know, this is what happened, this is what went wrong, this is what went right, this is what we need to do better.
To make it right, okay, good. All
I'm sure
right.
I'll hear about it tomorrow night at XCOM.
Yeah, well, we'll make a positive out of a negative, that's all. Thank you, Brett, for stepping up to do that.
It was a learning
Two
experience.
negatives is a positive.
Okay. All right, okay, now we'll go to the division commander report. Okay, yeah, items for board information. One, National Safe Boating Week recap. Mark, you want to give a division-wide,
We.
even though it was a
did
washout?
Well, not really. We since was able to do some side-by-side boardings with the station. One of the other flotillas did also, and we're going to do that on a continual basis, by the way. So
Good.
that's not going to stop.
Good. That's an answer to a lot of the issues I know that 3-2 has approached me, 3-4 has approached me. They want active duty personnel when they do vessel exams. So when you're going to be doing vessel exams, flip an email to Mark and then he see if he can coordinate some
Yeah,
active
we're going to have a
duty.
schedule, and I'm just going to get it out there. And then
Okay.
You know, it's funny because last week when I did the VEs, somebody told me that Coast Guard was out there the week before.
Yeah, they were. That was National Safe Boating Week.
No, this was after the safe boating.
Oh,
No, that was nice that they showed up at our tent that we had in Silver Palm. They showed up in a boat and by
yeah, both.
vehicle, both.
Both.
And that was, you know, it was nice.
Yeah, we're going to try and continue to do that. Trying to work a schedule, but, you know, with the new XO right now, and they're switching out a couple of people, we'll probably have it done in the
The only
next-
problem is the summertime is
It's going to be weekends only.
it's hard
Weekends
because
only.
good. Thank you. David, from a PA point of view, National Safe Boating Week.
Oh, I think we did fantastic.
Great.
Yeah. We had a lot of hours put in. I didn't notice that we had as many participants as we did, I think, last year. But the overall impact of it was great.
Terrific.
Good on trick for recruiting. We got a lot of people interested in recruiting going on through that. Which is, of course, PA is always hand in hand with recruiting. You got to take an opportunity every time you see it to see. Just 2 days ago, I was driving through on the way back from a PA event, driving through a neighborhood, and I saw a Coast Guard license plate. I stopped and knocked on the guy's door. Pushing the limit there a little bit, but he's a retired Chief Warrant Officer. His wife was active duty for 6 years. He's been wanting to join the auxiliary. He's coming to 3-8 on the 10th.
Terrific.
So it's every opportunity you get, you got to take it.
Terrific. Thank you, David. Okay, screening committee. I talked with Glenn on the screening committee, on the timing of it. Since we don't have any meetings in July and August, and the elections will be at our October meeting. Basically, I talked to Glenn. Glenn said we need to appoint a screening committee at this meeting. Glenn, would you take the honors of doing that again, please? Good, thank you very much. Okay, anyone else want to work with Glenn on that screening committee?
I'll work with Glenn. I got it last year.
Okay, very good. Okay, can you give us an overview of the dates and
Do you need an odd
deadlines?
number, or does an even number work for you, Glenn?
All we're doing is compiling
Oh.
information. So, assuming that we're still having the division meeting on October 27th, which is what is on your annual calendar,
Yep.
Saturday, October 27th. So, the standing rules provide that letters of intent have to be in 60 days before then, which means it's August 27th. So, the notice will go out soliciting letters of intent. Last year we did it in early August, we'll probably do it in July. Give 30 days. 30 to 45, the standing rules don't say how long, much notice, so probably send it out in the middle of July, so that's like 5
Okay.
weeks. And then we will provide the list of the division commander on September 12th, and then has 2 weeks to forward it to the voting members of the board, as well as to inform other, the entire division. The division, anybody can nominate anybody.
Right.
The main thing is the documentation of meeting the requirements. Because I think there was an error done this past year. There was an error in when it was redone, but please look at the standing rules, because the standing rules lay out what needs to be done and when and by who and when.
Okay.
There's no requirement to bring paper, which was something somebody said, which was incorrect.
It was in the document that was forwarded by the chief of staff.
So,
So it came from above.
And that document has been
Destroyed.
revised.
Okay.
so it's, the main
So can we
thing
get the new
is-
document?
You don't need the document. We should know how to do elections in our sleep, basically.
Yeah, if someone submits a letter of intent within the window, then the screening committee's responsibility to verify that they meet the requirements, and we ask those who are nominating to provide documentation of that, and then we just verify that through Oxdata.
When does that window close for 2018?
The letter of intent
August
will be
27th.
August 27th.
All right, let's make sure it's in the minutes. Make sure it's in my recap too. So anyone who's interested in running for
60 days,
division,
31 days, so, you know.
anyone who's interested in running for division
Oh,
office
August 20.
needs to have the letter of intent filed by August 27th. Otherwise, it can be, anybody can be nominated from the floor on that day of the October 27th.
Yep,
And all that normally is put in the letter that he will send. What he'll do is he'll pull out all
Yeah,
the
put
data
out.
who's eligible.
Okay.
He'll send them a letter saying you're eligible, please have your letter of intent in by this date.
Yeah, 'cause I know it's for the district that they sent out a letter with everybody who's eligible for the different offices that are up
Yeah,
for.
well, yeah.
Okay.
that's a moving target, so, you know, you go in Oxdata one day, and
And that's it.
especially now, because what's happening, or what will be happening soon, is the mandated courses that have 5-year cycles. The 5 years are starting to come up, so I don't know if there's a system in place to notify a member when their 5 years are up. Because it may be all of a sudden Oxdata makes them no longer eligible because they don't meet the mandated training requirements.
It just shows up at Oxdata. That's what mine has to be.
Okay.
So that's what the FSOISs should be doing, is checking their member list and seeing the expiration dates. Because this is the first cycle. So the Coast Guard Auxiliary in general is learning as we go. 5 years ago, when they made the requirement, they didn't think about how is the data system going to tell people.
Okay.
We're good at, the system is good at telling you about RAYR and all of that kind of stuff for certification. But I haven't heard of anybody who got a notice that their mandated training 5-year cycles override.
It's gonna be December of this year.
It depends on when you actually took
Yeah,
the course.
right, but if you took them at 13.
It's a 5-year rolling.
You had to do by 15 or 16, okay. Now, when will be the first date to write the letter of intent?
First date? Well, when we
When
send
does
the
it open,
notice out,
basically? Okay.
So I say, we'll probably, I'll put together the notice, we'll probably send it out in early July.
Okay.
Early mid-July, probably 45 days in advance, and then that's the window. That goes to all members. And then we just sit back and wait for emails to come to us.
Okay.
When's the voting itself, October?
27th is the elections. That's a division meeting at the station.
Did you say September? What did you say the date was? September?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is the key.
Okay.
Glenn will mail out to all members, all division members, basically, if you want to file a letter of intent. When that email goes out in mid-July, let's say for argument's sake, July 10th, the window will be from July 10th to August 27th to file a letter of intent for anybody who's qualified to run for division office. That answer your question?
That answers it.
Okay, good. Any other questions? Yeah, because one thing I want to do is not have a repeat of last year. I want to have a very clean election, one time, and that's it. Okay. The deadline is, okay, August 27th. All right, very good. Thank you, Glenn, for taking care of that. I really appreciate that. Okay, moving on. Awards update. I did get not a lot of response from flotilla commanders for awards that I asked for already. We have about 40. I got some from Jeff Barnes. I got some from Carlos, basically, and Mario on awards. And those already, the people they gave me were already on my list, so we won't do duplication. So far that's working. David and I are going to meet sometime in the next, hopefully, week, and we'll get it all just for a day, and we'll get it all knocked out and get the awards in, the award submittals. David's been very helpful in the process to me, and very informative on what level. So if you have anybody that you want to put in for an award, let me know now. Email me. Don't tell me tonight. Email me the person, the level, and what it's for. Okay? But I need to have that ASAP. I know I sent out an email on that.
Are you going to work with Sammy with all those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Sammy's great.
Yeah, absolutely. David's on the awards committee too. But once we submit our awards, I just don't want to say, oh, hey, how about Mary Smith? She's been terrific. I'm sure she has, but this is going to be a lot because we want to get a lot of people to the Change of Watch. We want to recognize all the members who have worked so hard because last year we know there was no awards. We want to make sure we have a lot of awards for a lot of people who are deservedly so, who have made this division the success it has been. So, and that was one of the things why I really wanted to in the goals and objectives and our mission, vision, and value statement, we outlined it, and that's one of the last things we had, one of the last objective that I want to make sure we hit before the
Just
end
as
of my term.
information, the Commodore was talking to me one time saying, well, we need something. We did recognize you and appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but, I mean,
Yeah, but award.
there's only 4 people on that team, by the way.
I know, and that's why they wanted more. And she kept saying, well, you got to get somebody from Division 3. I said, we got somebody.
It takes a little bit, I mean, it takes some time. It took me a good 6 months to get to the point where I can.
Right, understood.
It takes time to make. Yeah, and by the way,
Oh, sorry, go ahead, let's finish up,
I
David.
just wanted to, just as a reminder, all the awards that you've got going on right now, you're the originator on these right now.
Right.
Right. So, but if someone else gives you an award, and since anyone can nominate anyone for any award, so if it comes to you from someone else, you can't edit it. I mean, it has to, like, so for instance, someone says, I want to nominate somebody for an auxiliary achievement medal because they cleaned the bathroom, right? You got to send it up as it is because they're nominating it, not you. So you might want to, you might, yeah.
Okay, I have the emails, no problem.
Yeah, so if you need to alter the award, you got to reach back out to them and say, look, maybe this isn't going to work, how about an ACOG or something like that.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Does this include, like my 10-year award I never got, it's missing? Does that include that too?
No, the 10-year service certificate, the 5-year, the 15-year, those should be automatic. What you need to do is write an email or talk to George, and hope that he will submit a help desk ticket to find out where it is.
How many years have you been?
This year's my 15th.
And you haven't got your 10th yet?
No.
Okay.
It's missed. I was supposed to, but they said we didn't know you were coming back or whatever.
Okay.
We still haven't got certificates.
We haven't got it. We haven't really been elected yet, so.
Okay, good, so thank you. Now, that's a, nope. Yes, Carlos?
But I believe that for getting an award, you actually have to have, you have to hold an office for at least 2 years, right?
David's the guy.
Okay, for the ones I've seen, A Club, for instance, you have to have.
Yeah, there's a curious thing about that. They tend to come through for 2 year. They tend to come through for 2 year periods. I don't quite know why they do that, but I've seen plenty of awards come through for an MSO communications who redid a radio room, for instance, came across my computer. They did all wonderful things for a radio room, and it was put in for an ACOG for just that 1 year period. So there is no real time limit. It's just they tend to be 2 year break or 2 year period for some reason.
And that reason is because of the leadership like me are elected to 2-year terms.
Yeah,
So we monitor the staff and say, well, that's 2 years, like you, for an example. Next year, we'll be writing one for his 2-year term.
Correct.
No, not so fast. I don't know if I'm gonna run, not so fast.
I'm just saying as an example.
Not so fast.
There were a bunch in 2016 that were put in, approved by the division, and then were not given at the Change of Watch. They were lost for some capacity. I know I spoke to Judith about that. I know Carlos had one in for me and I never got it.
or sometimes they're not.
And they've been erased from memory. Okay.
And I wrote one for Seth and one for George.
That's why.
They got it right.
That's why when I took this office, one of my things was to get awards. I got together with Sammy, the team in Miami, at where.
It's not working for Bob and I yet.
I understand, and tried to get a process to where they now have a tracking spreadsheet of the status of each award and where it is. And that, we never had that before, okay? So that's been helping us better handle the awards. Now I'm talking the awards that come from sector, not the ones that come from Dyrons. Okay?
Oh, they're two different ones.
Yeah, the awards team has a database and we track them all.
I know, but we didn't do that well, and then for like the 2016 awards that he was talking about, I think that's when I took over and got Andrea involved, where we started getting involved with tracking and validating that the awards people expected they were actually going to get.
Okay. And keep in mind also the awards it's technically supposed to be confidential. If you're nominating someone for an award, they really ought not to know it, because if they know it and then for some reason it doesn't go through, then they're disappointed.
I know that very well.
Yes.
But it's also very
More than it goes
disappointing
through
if you
in
write the
print.
award and gets approved, then it's never delivered, and it disappears in thin air.
Yeah, well, I don't anticipate that happening for at least the last almost a year moving forward, because it's all.
I have 3 examples.
Well, they're in the past.
Let's go.
The past is behind us.
Okay. Next.
All right, let's, moving forward, as I said with the awards, I can't correct the mistakes of the past, but we can make it right moving forward. So Carlos, what I'd recommend to you, if you have any of those awards you want to resubmit, please resubmit them. You gave them to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I will resubmit Brett's as well.
Okay, good. Thank you. All righty, commit now. Change of watch is rapidly approaching. It's going to be December before we know it. So basically, and with only basically 2 meetings left in September and October, I want to put together a change of watch committee, so I'm not doing it all myself again as I have for the past 3 years. Okay, so I need an AV committee, an AV person. I'm nominating Jeff Barnes. Jeff, thank you very much. Jeff will be on that. IT support services, thank you, Carlos, for participating on that. I appreciate that. Program committee, Mark, thanks a lot. Appreciate you can work on the program with me. That's good. Okay. Program graphics support, Lizette. Good job, Lizette. Thank you very much. Decorations, Cindy. Cindy. Thank you very much, Cindy. Toys for Tots, Barbara Dombrowski.
Go back a minute. Programs.
Bob Sherman and Mark Brody. On program.
Okay, graphics was Narducci.
No. Lizette. You don't want to give John a credit.
Who was Narducci?
No, John wasn't on the committee. Okay? Okay, and that's basically what we have. So again, AV is going to be Jeff Barnes, IT support services for getting our invitations and everything will be Carlos who's going to head that up. Graphic support will be Lizette. Program will be Mr. Brody and myself. Decorations will be headed up by Cynthia Whitson. And the Toys for Tots, Barbara Dombrowski. Is there anybody here I didn't mention would like to be on the committee? David's smart. He looked down. He wouldn't even look at him.
Let's run the party.
He wouldn't even look at him. Okay, good. Thank you.
Last meeting, there was an email exchange. George, you would get in contact with some of the boat show folks. I filled in our application, our contract, and mailed it in. Haven't heard from you yet, but I
Did you send them money to, or just a contract?
No, I don't send any money. No charge.
No charge.
And I said preferred location was convention center.
We want to the
Okay,
ground
you can
floor.
do that.
Yeah. What I think we'll do is we'll let you you and Patience and those guys worry about that part of it. They're going to give us parking too, so if we need to have parking places, they'll provide parking for us.
Great.
So.
For free this time?
Free.
For free this time?
So So I just need to know a day or two in advance so I can let patients know and then they can provide them to us.
Should we discuss a strategy in order to get contacts to be somehow set up to get them to either take a class or join the flotilla, and whether we have a get response email campaign once we get their response, or we give something away that, you know, a whistle or something, somehow that there's a takeaway for the people visiting. And I guess that's more of a division-wide thought process. Because to go there, say we're there, hi, wave to people, and not be able to show a measurable result is somehow weak.
Well, there should be some sort of leadership that's gonna run that together and come up with a game plan of what they're gonna do.
Right. It should be
schedule it, and it should be, you know, and calmly, really.
We should pre-write all the emails that go into an autoresponder, that they'll get 4 or 5 emails over a period of a month.
Well, yeah, I mean, for, at least on the recruiting side, I always get an email.
Right.
Like, I don't leave without an email, and I immediately send it to my HR guy, and he immediately sends out an invitation with everything they need.
Right, but that's handling 3A. We're going to deal with people coming from different directions, so we want to somehow quantify them by zip code maybe, or email, you know, however we want to do it, because we might get people and be able to send them to join in Tampa, or to join somewhere else. So I'd love to see every encounter we make becomes, you know, it's the largest boat show in the world, you know, largest in-water boat show in the world. Let's get everyone to brag about us.
This is my standard practice. If I get somebody that lives in Boca, I send them.
You send it to them.
Andrea.
But we should be systemized. You're doing wonderful at it. I've watched you. I went to Pompano with you. You do an incredible job, but not everyone does. So I don't know if it's maybe a committee that's going to appear. We meet maybe a day before for training, or come up with some process so it's appropriate, so it's measurable and repeatable. When you call JetBlue, they all answer the phone the same way, regardless of where they're sitting.
We can do that.
Isn't there a website where you can put somebody's address in or tell them what flotilla is close by?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could have that.
Join me, Coast Guard.
You know, at a laptop.
Right.
At the table.
That might be
where do you live?
Okay, that's a good answer right there, just a laptop and some Wi-Fi, and boom, you're in. It goes right to the FSO, HR, I like that, that's the way it goes.
We're gonna need to schedule for the station, because they're gonna put boarding officers like 4 or 6 hours a day at our booth, which
Yep.
I think will really help.
That's terrific.
Should we go and inspect the boats that are in the water, make sure they're all?
So
They are in the water.
whoever is gonna coordinate the schedule, George or Glenn or Dave, I don't know, we need to coordinate that with the station with me, because you're gonna have somebody 4 to 6 hours, 2 people, 4 to 6 hours every day.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come up, you know, with their vest and their weapons, and just like Miami did.
Well, that brings up another point, because one of the things that I've been noticing is that when we're inside with all the other vendors, there's so many other distractions, and people kind of view that as I just want to walk by and look at everything. So they just walk by and they look, right? They're not really stopping, they're just looking at all the fishing poles and all the gear, right? And they're all this goes to artillery. But I would like to have a tent outside as well, right? Where the people are spending more time, you know, lingering around where those other exhibits are, not inside the big huge exhibit hall by itself. So you might want to get a significant place. Then have the active duty guys out there with their display or whatever.
Well, they're gonna be with us, they're not gonna have to supply.
Right.
They're gonna.
No, yeah, with us, but.
Partner up.
But with us outside.
Right, the entrance is obviously the ideal place,
Yeah,
because that's a funnel. Everyone goes through the entrance.
right, but not in a place where there's, within sight, 25, 30 other vendors.
Well, there aren't, where he's talking about, there aren't any other vendors.
Right.
They're just other people like us, like the customs people and the freshwater police will be there.
They get a big draw.
Yeah, so we're not gonna be just
They
in
really
that
get a big
big
draw.
huge tent. with
FWC.
everyone.
No, you're not in a tent, we're in the entrance hall of the convention center.
Okay, so that's different.
Yeah, it's an entirely different, right?
Well, I don't know where those.
Well, that's what you want.
I don't know yet.
Try to get.
They'll put you wherever you want to, so if that's what you want.
Okay.
No, they will.
Okay, well, what I'm hearing here is like, I'm gonna let Glenn,
So, well, yeah, normally I do. I
Right,
get
he
the
takes care of
group,
it.
And then Andrea, I don't know, last year did the schedule.
Andrea did it last year, 2 years ago Lizette
Last
did it,
couple
yeah.
years.
Yeah,
But
Susan
I think
Lizette.
it's a good idea to have,
A
some
laptop.
measurement, whether that's, you can either take information there or give them a card that tells them to go to the responder and put their stuff in, and then it goes wherever it belongs.
And in the bigger picture, I'd like to see all the flotillas participate in this. Not just 3.8, not just 3.6, but I want to see 3.2. 3.2 can volunteer a day, 3.4 a day, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8. All the flotillas there would be terrific.
Do we sell parking spots here?
There will be
sell
no
hot dogs
parking
too.
here, no parking here.
Okay.
But we can make some available.
Good, because I'd like to see one big concerted division effort, and for the first time we're going to have the
Yeah, the
active
building's
duty.
gonna be closed, so we can access the building, but we can't really do very much.
And we will have the active duty with us too, so this can be a real precedent-setting event for us for the division. So
George, when I said free parking, you were talking about here?
No, there will be
or
no
the actual
parking here.
parking garage?
This is gonna be the main entrance to the whole
Okay.
facility will be out
the
there.
outdoor part, the outdoor portion right there.
Yeah, so we'll have VIP passes to get in to the park.
Okay, I'm not even.
Good.
Yeah, we'll work to figure that out.
Remember
Parking
that.
George is kind of down the
You
street
know-
over there.
You know something that I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I do know they have the vendor parking.
Right,
Although a lot,
I-
vendor parking last year was off-site. You
Yeah.
didn't take a bus.
Okay. I think
She was saying VIP parking.
I
As
want
we get-
VIP parking.
okay, as we get closer, I'm sure everything will be
You're
falling into
absolutely right.
place.
You're absolutely right.
As we get closer.
George, I'll give you the days of parking in place, you can drive it down.
Yeah, no problem.
I just heard we VIP. Okay. Seriously, now here's an item for board consideration and a vote tonight. Everybody knows. The application for Flotilla 3.9 is complete. We had a very productive conversation last Monday with Vicky Aponte, Bill, Commodore Hudson, and myself on it. A couple of requirements were added. Everything is complete. Everything is done. The only thing I need to have is a motion from the division board supporting Flotilla 3.9. So I'm going to entertain a motion from this board to support Flotilla, the charter of a new Flotilla 3.9 in the Division 3.
I've got to call my flotilla command before I cast the vote.
I need a motion first.
I'll move.
Okay, made by Brett, seconded by Carlos. Any discussion on the motion?
A question, because I'm not a voting person.
Sure.
So I'm just curious on what's the makeup of this flotilla?
Okay, what do you mean, make up members
Well,
or
They
area?
had a couple meetings ago, they had to have a minimum of.
We have 20
members,
people who are interested.
And these are all 15 people that are currently members.
Right, we have 20 people who are interested. We have about 4 people who will be the first new members, basically. Okay, okay. And they've all know about the due structure of $150 to establish a $3,000 bank account, and so a $3,000 bank account to start this new flotilla. It's going to be the primary areas are Dania, Hollywood, working our way west through Weston, Southwest Ranches, Pembroke Park, Davie, Pembroke Pines, out to the Everglades. And yeah, it's good.
And down to the county line?
They're gonna actually meet,
At the station.
so it's on the far.
Right, to start with.
Stream
Just,
of,
right, to start with, at the station. To start with, at the station.
I don't have an opinion, well, I have an opinion, but it doesn't matter, so.
Sure it doesn't.
Proceed on. Well, I don't know why we're doing it.
Why? Because we,
Cannibalizing members from other flotillas to
Well, explain
create
why.
a flotilla that will meet at the far, outside the area that.
no. It will be the Flotilla 3.9 Dania Beach, Florida. Okay? This area has not been served since
You
this.
just described the service area that you were looking for was Weston and.
No, I said starting in Dania.
Dania Beach is.
No, Dania, Hollywood, and working our way
Whatever.
west.
Whatever.
Okay. Well, just like Boca
You
Raton.
as a member. End of comment.
Okay.
What is 3.9 different, make it 3.9 different from 3.1?
Like I just said. It'll be Dania Beach, Hollywood, and working our way different.
What did we learn from the failure of 3.1 that we're trying to prevent that from 3.9?
Well, one, I think we got a better financial footing. B, I think you have people who have already expressed interest in becoming, in leadership positions. Okay, so I don't see what happened when 3-1 was a long, protracted process, and over 2 years, basically. And this flotilla will start strong, and I think we will be strong. And I think the best thing we can do is expand our member base and expand our exposure to the people to the areas of our AOR who are not being served right now. And it's just an expansion of it. And basically, too, we were 6 flotillas, and now we're down to 5. If we ever lose one, we're done. If we ever lose a flotilla, one flotilla goes under, we don't have a division. So basically, keep the division strong and basically go from county line to county line again, east to west. And it's kind of unique. And you're right, Glenn. It is a unique situation where you have salt water and fresh water. But the fresh water...
We did notice that there's over 60 people who are members of the Coast Guard Auxiliary in the zip codes in that area, who 40 of the 60 are members of one in North Dade County. So they're actually crossing a county line. So the anticipatory hope is these people won't have to travel as far. We might be able to cannibalize from 6.
Well, no, that's
and also,
trying to understand.
It's not
I don't know who the members are.
Yeah, there's from all over, but it's not cannibalizing. It's also going to be doing a membership drive to get new members, and we have 20 people who are ready to go, and we have about 4 to 6 people who are ready to sign up as new members. And and the conversation with Judith was also to have a membership drive, and I was very reluctant to do that until we have some type of approval. Even though I've been saying this since January, so there's no surprises here, basically, to get new members. I mean, if you look at a lot of the lifeblood is getting new members, but there's a big population of a big boating population that's not being touched right now.
I think Glenn makes a strong point about being all the way on one area that's hard to get to, at least for the meeting house. And I think that's clear. That clearly.
Again, this is just to start off with.
It's not going to last anyway. They're going to knock it down. We're going to go to Glenn's office.
Whatever.
This is just to start it. Yes.
One word of caution that I've seen in other areas of the district, with the station being where they have it, they have a problem because a lot of the new members don't have ID cards.
Right.
Can't get on the station. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I know you have a great relationship with the station, but again, that could create some issues and some.
Yeah, we've talked to him we've talked to the CEO about that, and he said basically we start off here, and we can actually post somebody out for when we have
flotilla. I just want you to be aware.
But that's not going to be the permanent location.
Right.
The permanent location will be decided by the members.
What about the qualifications of the officers?
The same qualifications that you have now.
Are there people who are volunteering to be officers?
There are people who have expressed.
Former flotilla commanders?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I have a question, and it's a little off base, but talking about membership drives, has anybody ever been out to, like, Bass Pro Shop, right, in the Fishing Hall of Fame to have membership drives?
Yes, we have.
Once in a while.
Yeah, pretty regular.
Once in a while.
Yes. Yes.
How often? Every month.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, any more discussion?
Because I might like to be involved in that, but I'll talk to George about it.
Okay.
Call the question.
All right. The reason this is very important, I think, to the sustainability of the division is because we've seen what can happen when a flotilla goes under. And basically, now we're at the minimum. And by building up our flotilla count also increases our membership. And I disagree with the thing we're stealing members. We're not. We're expanding. It's okay. We can. I respect Glenn I respect you to the. That's okay. And I respect you immensely for everything you've done. But okay, I'm just saying.
And I'll find out which ones from 3A are going.
Okay.
No, that's right, because that's really, I don't know that there's prospective members that are sitting out there waiting to
I'm staying.
I'm staying.
I'm not going anywhere.
Doesn't matter, right?
Wait, Glenn wanted to be flotilla commander of 3 nights. Okay, all right, let's go. Okay, questions have been called. Okay, you can call a question. Okay, all those in favor of the division supporting a new flotilla 3 nights, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, thank you very much. It's good. So we'll take that as unanimous, or do you need to do a roll call?
Anyone abstain?
Okay. We'll take it as unanimous?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
They're not getting Jeff on the vote.
Let me still do a roll call for the record.
Okay, for the record.
Okay. Bob Sherman?
Yes.
Brett Ribotz?
Yes.
George for 3-2.
Bartley, Mr. Bartley?
William Bartley, excuse
Here.
me.
Present.
No, we're doing the motion.
You get to vote.
Oh, okay, I get to vote on this?
Yeah.
Okay. In favor?
3-2,
Yes. I haven't got my 10 documents yet.
3-4,
11.
3-6.
Yes.
3-7,
Affirmative.
3-8.
All right.
All in favor.
Very much. Thank you very much.
Motion's carried.
Okay, thank you very much. And I don't think anyone will be disappointed.
And one item we get to, we talked about a year ago, was the
That's you.
boat parade. And whether, we talked about doing something of decorating a boat and adding it as a PA type of event. We were late to thinking about it last year, and I just want to bring it up that people might want to consider it. There are, probably beginning December, or whatever the big full, or the boat parade, but it's like 3-4 million contacts. So if we can, impressions I should say. So if we could get together, plan, pick some boat, maybe even somebody who has a larger boat, Mark, who we could decorate and do something with, Mark. I think that would be a great idea, Mark.
What about Mike Hanishek?
There were some restrictions on that last year.
Well, there was a restriction if it's a facility doing something. If we do a boat in honor of the Coast Guard Auxiliary, it has nothing to do with it. We're just
We couldn't wear uniforms?
No uniforms, no nothing.
You can as a PA event. You can't not as crew. It's a PA event. There were generals and admirals and everybody else on other boats in uniform. And I've gone up the ladder and asked a bunch of people about it, and they said they're not running the boat. As long as they're not running the boat, it's a PA event. It's not a operational event.
They're not under orders.
They're not under orders. It's a PA event. So then we could decorate a boat. We can do what we want. We can be in honor of the Coast Guard Auxiliary. And then the brotherness of the flotilla, the organization, can maybe donate lights or help whatever costs are involved. And it's something to think about, and I thought we'd bring it up back in September for, actually making a decision whether we want to do it or not. Especially if you have a big boat, Mark, to use. And we can even put the Coast Guard commander on it to run TACCOM or something inside. So that's all. I guess we're still, the challenge coin, there's no update on it. So I hope you see that.
Well, the new one is ready. You're talking about the district challenge.
Really?
It is done and been to the printer, and I'm not sure when it's going to start being distributed.
With our certificates?
Yeah,
Stop
probably.
it. Come on.
Probably at the same
Business.
time.
Stay in business.
Okay.
Stay in business.
Okay.
Smooth. Come on, Brett.
Okay.
You can do this.
I will fight. Gotta have fun.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as staff officer reports, Tony sent his. He's watching on TV. Hi, Tony. And I'll send his out to Lizette to put in the newsletter. It's very exciting about with the amateur radio people and what they're getting involved in. It's pretty intense of what's going on. It's been very successful on Tony's report. CS, Carlos?
Well, not much.
Good.
I'm recording with.
No, again, thank you for doing it. I'm thinking we should. I'm not sure if the report.
I have a report from Carolina. She texted.
Oh, you did. Just a question: are the reports public record? Can we put them in the newsletter, or are they still protected for only members?
Well, I don't think the newsletter is protected.
Nothing is protected.
There might be things on the report that might need to be protected. So.
Okay, so
I would not I would find out, I don't think.
So they have to be redacted in some
You
capacity?
might, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll be very careful.
I've always just requested that the officers send me a copy as well of the report for actors.
'Cause I've seen other, other states where their reports, their newsletter is everybody's report. And maybe we got a little more details in some things.
Maybe some of them are edited as well.
Correct. But we can find out. You said Carolina has a report, you said?
Yes, Carolina, and yep, you will be on the holiday committee. Thank you. She texted me, she wants to be on the COW committee.
Okay. FS, anything else? Nothing on food. And did Mario give you anything by chance?
No,
He
nothing
did.
new, nothing new. I mean, the Safe Boating Week went well, and there's really nothing else new.
He sent me a report. I want to comment to Mario, Dave, and Tony, who do incredible reports. So I want to thank you guys, really do a good job. We're still pushing forward to get all the people who are on the PSI wait list, to get through the PSI wait list. The list now, we started with 18 members, now we're down to 14 members. Some of these people are sitting over 3 years.
That's right.
So I think, Bill, if you can maybe bring to your
Oh,
ex-com.
no, there's a lot going on.
They
with
either
that
need to
right
say
now.
yes, or say no quickly. If they're not gonna make it, just don't let them hang forever, just say
Well,
no.
I'm working on something right now, but there's a whole new process that's been done for that, where they're cutting down the time in half. Okay,
Then let's not skip these people who are already in the system though.
understand.
Okay. And then there's an e-responder, a list of individuals who contacted the national website looking to do it, and those are moving forward. We've had eight new members as a result of that this year, so the e-responder system's working from Mario. Thank you, Mario, if you're watching. Okay, from Richard Leeds, anybody receive anything?
I have nothing
No.
from Richard.
Okay,
He
no
didn't tell
report.
me anything.
Herman, any report
Everything is status
on
quo.
MA? Anybody report on from Corbett? I haven't received anything. Any report from Narducci for MT? Anything on navigation service? There's a course that's coming to the end, Carlos? The navigation course?
Yes, we had, let's see, I think 8 graduates, among them 2 ghosties.
How magnificent. And they did something really cool. Did you go to drive big yachts in a simulator?
Oh, wait a second. We're switching two things. One is the weekend navigator that we just finished this past Sunday. We had at the beginning we had 10 students. 2 of them were from the station from Rotterdam, which was really cool to interact with them. The ACN, the Advanced Coastal Navigation, we're probably going to end at the end of July. The class work is almost done. This will be our last week, Wednesday, but then we're going to work on the cruise problem and take the test.
Great. Congratulations. Mr. Brody on OP?
Ops, there's a new Sector Miami policy that came out. The only major change in there is the night ops. Now to stay night qualified, you must maintain 12 hours per 12 months.
Of nighttime?
Of nighttime hours. So if you certify in June, you have to do 12 hours till the following June to stay qualified, if not in fall.
And we will do something to try to have enough patrols to make that possible.
Yeah,
for
we're
everyone.
working on that. We're gonna start our night quals over the next 2 weeks for everybody who wants to do them. So we're gonna start fresh. So instead of trying to get to 12 hours, we're gonna start fresh, and then we'll have 12 months to get to 12 hours. We're gonna get to 12 hours. Station's got some night ops that we're gonna be involved in.
Okay. Mr. Scott for PA?
Nothing division-wide coming up. Mostly just local things. He is doing really well. Hotel 3A, for instance, is at 85% of its stated goal already. So we're doing pretty well. I just want to give a quick shout out to Peter Page over here. He's doing a fantastic job. It looks like he's on
job, Peter.
Well, C school pretty soon. Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get him off C school so we can go TA3, so good job, Peter.
The application's in, we haven't heard anything back.
Matt Ray is here. Well, we sent a help desk.
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Thank you. Glenn?
We got 177 students so far this year that have been entered into ARC data, which is about where we were last year at this time. So we're chugging along.
Has it been consistent year over year over year, or was last year a good year or a bad year?
Last year was a lower year. Last year was probably an average year because the year before we had, well, let's see, 3.2 did middle school and had 100 extra. 3.6 had the grant and had a bunch of extra, and 3.8 did 40 Sea Cadets. We're going to do again in the fall, so we'll have a bump up there. But it varies.
I didn't know because boat sales are up. And the economy's doing better, so I don't know if there's more people joining those freedom boat clubs.
Well, we find in our flotilla, we had a class on Saturday, there was 7 students. Last month, there were 14 students. By half of them were from boat clubs that require
Right.
in-seat training
Right.
rather than pretty big.
Okay. Very good. Lizette's not here, and Mr. Kozel's not here. So with that, I'll close the staff officer report, unless anybody has any comments, suggestions. Great. Thank you.
Just that all staff officers, again, if you will, send me a copy of your reports, please.
You have access to the folder I keep on Dropbox with everything? Oh, I'll copy you want to keep it all. Back to you, sir.
So I'll send you, when I send the AEC report to Andrea, I'll send you a copy.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, next division meeting will be on, note the date change because of the Jewish holiday, will be on Thursday, September 20th at 19:30 hours. Okay, and being hosted by Flotilla 3-4 at the Olson Community Center, 1801 Northeast 6th Street. Thank you very much for hosting. Richard volunteered that. And then our last regular meeting of the year will be on October 27th, okay, at the station, where we'll be holding division elections. And don't forget to change your watch on December 2nd.
When did you say the meeting was?
Thursday, September 20th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's after Yom Kippur.
Yep,
It's after Yom Kippur, absolutely. Like I couldn't have it on a Tuesday, that's Erev Yom Kippur.
that's right.
Yeah, so that's why we're changing it. Okay, so everybody knows now, please inform everybody, and I will, when we get this out.
Does everybody know where it is? Pompano.
Yeah, 1801 6th Street.
Just want to make sure.
For the last, or our first division meeting.
Yeah, first meeting there. So we're gonna, and 3-4 is hosting twice. I'm sorry?
The 20th.
Right, the 20th of September.
Look for the blimp, make a left.
It's also on the calendar, the division calendar.
Okay.
There's no November meeting?
No, at the March meeting, the board voted not to have a meeting in November.
Okay.
So we have 2 more business meetings of the year. One of our goals was streamline the meetings that we have from 12 to 8. I will continue to be in touch with all members and flotilla commanders, as I always have been, throughout the summer. And if we need to have an emergency meeting, one will be called. I don't foresee that. Hopefully it won't happen, but we can always do that. Again, I want to thank everybody here, and please thank the members who are not here for the outstanding job that they have done to make Division 3 the success it has been this year. It's not a one-man band, it's 433 people. And to all the people watching at home and everybody here, remember, fill out your 7029. If every member of this division filled out 1 hour a day, we would have 121,000 hours. It's that easy. 1 hour a day. Everyone looks at email. That's an hour. 1 hour a day, 30 people times 432 times 12. Do the math. Thank you very much. I will entertain a motion for adjournment. Moved by Flotilla 3-6, seconded by Flotilla 3-4. Mr. Byers and Mr.
All in favor?
Can I finish? And Mr. Freed. All in favor?
All against?
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a great summer, everybody.